You're lying in bed, alarm blaring. You hit snooze once, twice, 3 times. That morning workout you promised yourself yesterday? Gone. That business idea you've been talking about for months? Still just talk. That book you swore you'd finish? Gathering dust on your nightstand. Sound familiar? Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to hear. You already know what you need to do. The problem isn't information, it's execution. And today you're going to discover exactly why you keep failing and, more importantly, how to fix it permanently. No fluff, no empty promises, just the raw framework that separates dreamers from achievers. If you're serious about finally breaking through, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're diving deep into the real strategies that actually work. Chapter 1, the motivation trap. Let me introduce you to two people, Sarah and Mike. Both wanted to transform their lives. Both started on the exact same day with identical goals. Sarah went big. She cleared her entire weekend to plan, created elaborate spreadsheets, bought new workout gear, downloaded productivity apps, changed her phone wallpaper to inspirational quotes. She was ready. That first Monday, she crushed it. Woke up at 5 a.m., meditated, journaled, exercised, meal prepped, and worked on her side project. She felt unstoppable. Week 2, she slept through her alarm once. Just once. That small crack became a canyon. By week 3, she was back to her old patterns, convinced she just didn't have what it takes. Mike took a different approach. No fancy preparation, no motivational playlist. He simply decided on 3 non-negotiable actions and did them every single day. 20 minutes of focused work on his goal, 10 minutes of learning something new, 5 minutes of reflection before bed. Some days felt incredible. Most days felt mundane. Many days felt like pure struggle. But he showed up regardless. Not because he felt inspired, but because he made a decision that his feelings weren't in charge anymore. 6 months later, Sarah was still searching for the next wave of motivation. Mike had completely transformed his reality, one unremarkable day at a time. Here's what Mike understood that Sarah didn't. Motivation is the worst possible foundation for achievement. It's an emotion, and emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. Relying on motivation is like building your house on sand and wondering why it collapses when the storm comes. The people you admire, the ones achieving extraordinary things, they're not more motivated than you. They're not blessed with supernatural willpower. They've simply divorced their actions from their feelings. They've learned to operate independently of their emotional weather. Chapter 2, the identity revolution. Now let's talk about the real game changer. It's not about forcing yourself through sheer willpower. That's exhausting and unsustainable. The secret is changing who you believe you are. Most people approach goals backwards. They say, I want to lose weight, so I need to exercise. Or I want to build a business, so I need to work on it. That's outcome-based thinking, and it's weak. Identity-based thinking flips it completely. Instead of acting to achieve a result, you act to prove to yourself who you are. You don't exercise to lose weight. You exercise because you're someone who takes care of their body. You don't work on your business to make money. You work on it because you're an entrepreneur. See the difference? One is dependent on external results. The other is anchored in internal identity. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Miss the gym? That's a vote for being undisciplined. Show up anyway? That's a vote for being someone who keeps their word to themselves. Keep voting, and eventually the election is won. Your identity shifts, and suddenly, the actions that used to require massive effort become automatic. So stop asking, what do I want? Start asking, who do I want to be? And then act in alignment with that identity, especially when it's hard, especially when no one's watching, especially when you don't feel like it. Chapter 3, the action trigger. Let's get tactical. There's a specific moment where most goals die. It's not during the planning phase. It's not in the middle of the work. It's in the 5 seconds between thinking about doing something and actually doing it. In that gap, your brain launches a full-scale negotiation. Maybe later. I'm too tired right now. I'll start fresh on Monday. Just this once won't matter. I deserve a break. Sound familiar? That's your brain's protection mechanism trying to keep you comfortable. Here's the counter move. The instant you recognize resistance, you compress decision-making into a rapid countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. No thinking, no negotiating, just immediate physical action. Your brain operates on a lag. If you move your body before your mind can mount a defense, you bypass the resistance entirely. Put on your workout clothes. Open the document. Pick up the book. The physical motion interrupts the mental spiral. This works because action creates momentum, and momentum creates motivation. Not the other way around. You don't need to feel ready to start. You need to start to feel ready. It's counterintuitive, but powerful. The energy follows the action, not before it. Make this your new operating system. Feel resistance? Count down, move immediately. Do this enough times, and you'll reprogram your default response to difficulty from avoidance to engagement. Chapter 4. Rewiring your reward system. Here's a brutal reality about human nature. We're designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. That system worked brilliantly when survival was difficult. Now, in a world where comfort is one click away, it's sabotaging us constantly. The immediate reward always feels better than the delayed one. Scrolling social media gives instant dopamine. Building a skill gives delayed satisfaction. Fast food tastes better right now than the long-term health from eating well. Sleeping in feels more pleasurable than the cold shock of discipline. Your brain doesn't naturally calculate long-term consequences. It's optimized for right now. So you have to manually override this programming by attaching new associations to your choices. Every time you pick the easy option, force yourself to feel the future pain. Really feel it. Imagine the regret, the missed opportunities, the person you could have been but weren't. Make the comfortable choice uncomfortable by linking it to its real cost. And every time you pick the difficult option, celebrate the future reward. Feel the pride. Imagine the capability you're building, the respect you'll have for yourself, the doors that will open. Make the uncomfortable choice attractive by linking it to its real benefit. This mental reframing changes everything. Suddenly, discipline isn't painful. It's the pathway to everything you actually want. And comfort isn't pleasurable. It's expensive. The cost is your potential. Chapter 5. The Power of Tiny Wins. Let me destroy a dangerous myth. The idea that you need massive action to create massive results. Wrong. Massive action creates massive burnout. Tiny, consistent action creates massive transformation. Think about it logically. What's more sustainable? Working out intensely for 2 hours once a week or 10 minutes every single day? Trying to write an entire book chapter in one sitting or writing 200 words daily? The math is obvious, but our egos resist it because tiny actions don't feel significant. Here's what actually happens with micro actions. First, you eliminate the intimidation factor. 10 minutes isn't scary. Anyone can do anything for 10 minutes. Second, you build momentum. Once you start, you usually continue. 10 minutes becomes 30, one page becomes 5. Third, you develop trust with yourself. You become someone who keeps commitments, which is the foundation of all self-confidence. Start absurdly small, so small it feels almost silly. Want to build a reading habit? 1 page per day. Want to get fit? 5 push-ups. Want to learn a language? 3 words. The goal isn't the result from that single action. The goal is establishing the pattern, proving to yourself that you're capable of consistency. Once the pattern is locked in, once showing up is automatic, then you scale. But most people do it backwards. They try to scale before the pattern exists, and they collapse under the weight of their own ambition. Chapter 6. Your inner dialogue matters. Let's talk about something most people ignore. The voice in your head, that constant commentary running in the background. It's either your greatest ally or your worst enemy, and you get to choose which one. When you mess up, and you will mess up, how do you talk to yourself? Most people become brutal critics. I'm so lazy. I'll never change. Why do I even bother? I'm not disciplined enough. This kind of self-talk is poison. It doesn't motivate you. It paralyzes you. Imagine you're coaching a friend. They missed their workout. Would you tell them they're worthless? Would you say they should give up? Of course not. You'd say, hey, one missed day doesn't erase your progress. What matters is what you do next. Get back on track tomorrow. You've got this. Give yourself that same compassion. Not the fake kind that enables excuses, but the real kind that acknowledges you're human while holding you accountable to your potential. Reframe failure as data, not identity. I didn't follow through today is completely different from I'm a person who doesn't follow through. One is temporary and fixable. The other is permanent and damaging. Build a coaching voice, not a critic voice. When things get tough, that voice should sound like someone who believes in you, but won't let you off the hook. Firm but supportive. High standards with high encouragement. Chapter 7, The Ultimate Perspective. I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes for a moment after this and imagine you're at the end of your life. You're looking back across all the years, all the choices, all the moments. In that reflection, what will matter? Will you care that you were tired on a random Tuesday in 2025? Will you remember the specific Netflix show you chose over your dream? Will you think, I'm so glad I stayed comfortable? Number. You'll care about one thing, whether you live fully or settled, whether you honored your potential or ignored it, whether you pushed through resistance or surrendered to it. This isn't meant to be depressing, it's meant to be clarifying. Because right now, today, this moment, you're writing that story. Every choice is a sentence. Every action is a paragraph. And you're the author. So when you don't feel like showing up, when every fiber of your being wants to quit, remember this. Future you is watching. They're either going to thank you for pushing through or resent you for giving up. Which legacy are you building? The gap between who you are and who you could be isn't ability. It's not talent or resources or circumstances. It's simply the accumulated weight of the small choices you make when no one else is watching. Close that gap, one decision at a time. Closing. So here's where we land. You don't need more motivation. You need a better system. You need to stop waiting for readiness and start moving anyway. You need to understand that feelings are irrelevant to action. You need to build an identity, not chase outcomes. You need to master the moment between thought and action. You need to rewire your pain and pleasure associations. You need to stack tiny wins daily. You need to coach yourself, not criticize yourself. And you need to remember that time is running out, so start now. The person you are capable of becoming is waiting on the other side of consistency. Not perfection, just persistence. Not massive action, just daily commitment. Not motivation, just discipline. Every single time you don't feel like doing something but do it anyway, you're becoming that person. Every single time you choose the hard right over the easy wrong, you're building your future. Every single time you act in alignment with who you want to be instead of how you feel, you're achieving your goals. The difference between people who achieve their goals and people who don't isn't talent. It's not luck, it's this. Achievers do what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. Non-achievers wait to feel like it and never do. Which one are you going to be? The choice is yours and you're making it right now with what you do next. So turn off this video and take one small action toward your goal. Just one. Prove to yourself that you're serious. Because talk is cheap and your life is expensive. Start acting like it. If you found value in this, leave a comment with one action you're committing to today. Let's build accountability together. And remember, you're capable of so much more than you've shown yourself so far. Now go prove it.